A man named John Eldredge wrote a book called Wild at Heart. And it's a book about really finding out your greater purpose for God. In that book, he talks about going through a bookstore. And he says he found a particular book. He opened it up, and he read 2 sentences, and he closed the book. That was all he needed to hear that day. He says he walked right out of the bookstore. Those sentences changed his life. This is what he read. It said, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. What is it that God is seeking to do through your life that brings you vibrancy, makes you come alive? That's what the world needs. Living people. Living in a way that can only be defined by God's presence in their life. Go and do that. And for many people, they think the will of God is something that's dull and boring, some kind of drag upon their life, but the real will of God, they couldn't be farther from the truth. It brings excitement to their life. They're finally free. Free to become alive like they never have been alive before. The will of God's going to come along and you'll finally fulfill your destiny and not just use up time every day. The will of God will come along and you'll finally not be following the world's agenda for you, but really being used by God. Finally be free to risk everything for the sake of Christ that you've never done before, and to find out the rewards of that. It may be a lot of things, but it won't be boring.